Welcome to another episode of Sci-Fair Real Talk. We are your hosts. My name is Jim O'Holland.
And I am Rodney Jordan.
And thank you for joining us on episode 4 of Sci-Fair Real Talk. So great show for us today, right, Rodney? What's going on?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We got some fun stuff lined up for everyone today and getting ready to get going. We have some stuff going around in the office today. So busy.
Busy day.
So
busy day in the world of real estate.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
You and I committed to bringing the audience this information. So here we are.
There we go. We got to get it in. Let's get it in. All right. Well, what's been going on?
Well, we have a lot of stuff going on. Feedback that we got from the previous episode 3, from around the office. People were they're digging the charts. I know I'm a fan of that. The information. Heard a lot of positive feedback just for us doing it. That was a compliment from my household, just saying keep going.
Episode 4, man.
Yeah,
4.
yeah,
Been doing this almost a month.
Yeah,
a month.
We'll pat ourselves on the back here.
Yeah, just keep it going.
So we have a lot of that stuff going on. A lot of people gave us. They enjoyed the top 10 list, Jim. That was a big hit.
Keep that going.
Yes.
People love top 10 lists. They love lists. People love lists.
People love a list.
They love lists.
People love being on a list and having that information. But no, we have a action-packed show today, and we can, if you're ready, we can dive into our first segment.
Let's get into it.
All right, we always do this in unison. It's time for that segment called Real News. Are you ready?
Real news.
There we are.
Let's do some news. What's going on in the Cypress area?
Oh, we have so much going on in Cypress. I'll start it up with this article that I found in our community impact, and it talked about your neighborhood, the Bridgeland boom.
Bridgeland boom.
Let me read a little snippet of this.
Not just Bridgeland. It's the entire 77433 zip code, right?
Yeah. You're right. They do call this out, and in fact, the article says 77433 was the number one hottest zip code in the United States last year, based
crazy.
on numbers of homes purchased.
That's awesome. That's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, considering how big the United States is.
Yeah. And Bridgeland made number 1 on our list.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was the most sales. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's big news. I mean, everyone wants to come here, not only for the communities, the schools, it's access to different businesses and corporations. We got all the oil businesses here. ExxonMobil's just down the street. We got the energy corridor down the other way on I-10. Got lots of technology type businesses coming here, all the schools. So yeah, it's booming. It's booming.
And they have lots of activities. I know on an episode prior, you guys had attended the cook-off. They had a barbecue cook-off? The barbecue cook-off, and they have some events coming up soon too, right?
Right. Oh yeah. Bridgeland's got the Naturefest. So a week from this Saturday. Okay. So here we go. It's on
the 16th annual.
April, 16th annual, April 27th, 2024. Okay. So this is actually open to the public. So if you are free from 10 to 4, you come and go as you please. There's parking is a little bit of a challenge, if I remember correctly, but they have like satellite parking spots with shuttles going to and from Naturefest because there's going to be thousands of people there.
Yeah.
The big guest of honor is Coyote Peterson this year.
Coyote Peterson.
Yeah,
we looked him up. That guy, he's got quite a following.
His YouTube channel's blown up. But so here you go. He's making Brave Wilderness the largest wildlife brand in the digital space.
Well, yeah.
Past decade, getting up and close with animals to uncover true stories behind some of our planet's most misunderstood creatures.
I love it, misunderstood creatures.
So that's a lot of fun. Here's a quick little list of other things going on. You got Crocodile Encounter. You have then Coyote Peterson, Unhuggables. I'm not sure what that is. You got snakes.
Oh yeah,
more Coyote Peterson.
They can put the snakes in the unhuggable for me. I'm not hugging the snakes.
Bridgeland Bill right there. That's Bridgeland's mascot. I think he's a duck. I think.
Oh, really? So, I never knew about that. Bridgeland Bills.
Yeah, so Zufari, another crocodile encounter. But anyway, lots of stuff going on. Lots of food trucks there, so lots of entertainment. But definitely one of the biggest events in Cypress area every year. So definitely, if you're around, go check out the Naturefest at Bridgeland.
Awesome. So, well, if you go or someone grab some pictures, maybe if they stay tuned, maybe we'll get some footage or something from it.
So we need to definitely check that out.
All right, then. Well, speaking of food, food. I in preparation went out yesterday and had some lunch over in the Fairfield area.
Oh yeah,
and
new place, right? Brand new place
again to the best spots in town. Fairfield. I love. I gotta get this. Gotta get that song in and out there in the universe.
Yes.
But I had the privilege of meeting some guys there. I went to this restaurant. It's right there on the screen for those that are watching, the Red Chickz, fun place. That's CHICKZ, and it's right out front there of Fairfield in that area next to Chick-fil-A.
Hot chicken. Hot chicken's a hot thing right now. Everyone loves their hot chicken. So.
Yeah, my sons are into it too.
Ben loves hot chicken. He loves hot chicken. So no, that's awesome. Though. That's great. You got to meet the owners.
Yeah,
and
shout out to
really
those
cool
guys, Caesar and Marciano. Definitely. And they gave us a little plug. They said I told them that we'd be mentioning them on this episode of Sci-Fi Real Talk.
Yeah.
And they said, Rodney, if you and Jim send someone and they mention Sci-Fi Real Talk or Rodney and Jim, 15% off.
15% off. Boom.
Inflation
Boom.
busting
Right.
chicken.
Here we go. Yeah.
Sci-Fi
That's right.
Real
You
Talk.
only get that if you're a listener here.
There you go.
Yeah,
But
more reason to listen.
Yeah,
There you
definitely
go.
pop in, tell those guys we said hi.
Absolutely.
We really do appreciate that.
That's awesome. No, it's good stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
So lots of stuff going on and everything. No.
NAR, anything new?
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because we do get a lot of questions about that. And they did just have as information comes up, as new things develop, we promise to keep you updated. Not to scare you or add anything like that, but we wanted to keep you updated. And here's the latest update.
And for your new listeners, what we're talking about is NAR had a settlement. A lot of news that came out a month ago about how the real estate industry is going to be completely changed and buyer's agents may not get paid, blah, blah, blah. We don't know if that's going to happen. There probably will be some change. There definitely are going to be some changes. And we're just trying to figure out what those changes are.
Yeah. Well, right here, there's an article here on Housing Wire, and it talks about the latest for the settlement. And the article goes, Department of Justice will intervene in the National Association of Realtors Commission lawsuit settlement. Okay. And basically, it's a lot to read, but I'll give it up. The analysts believe that the Department of Justice is going to take issue with the off-MLS compensation workaround created by the terms of the settlement. So they think that may be a sticking point. We don't know.
Right.
This is just the latest little touch, a little information coming out. You guys have maybe seen that in several other variations, the headline, but that's what we know. That's what we have right now.
Yeah.
So
I know FHA just came out too, saying that they're going to allow sellers to contribute towards the buyer's agent compensation, which is something they cannot do now.
Yes.
So if the seller does not pay directly towards the buyer's agent compensation, but they do a seller's contribution, typically there's a max percent that sellers are allowed to give or buyers are allowed to get, but that's going to be increased to uncover the buyer's agent compensation. It looks like, anyway. I don't know if that's official yet, but that's something to looking at. I'm assuming we think VA maybe do something similar because that's kind of a sticking point now with this. Anyway, still a lot of moving parts. So so stay tuned.
And we'll keep you updated as that develops and things going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in the market, and of course, speaking of the market, Jim.
Yeah.
How's the market?
How's the market? Yeah.
How's the
market again. Nothing. Not a whole lot's changed. Well, we haven't updated our data, so we're currently doing this monthly. We may change this to be a weekly update just to see if there's any spikes in sales or spikes in prices. Again, things have been pretty steady over the past couple years, so it's still steady that way. So nothing. It seems like we're getting a little busier. It's that time of year, right?
Yes.
Days on market is getting less in the market. Our agents are getting busier, getting more contracts, more listings, that kind of stuff going on. But all hearsay, and that's all just kind of what the market does in April. April, May, June is always the peak. I think pretty much in any area, maybe with the exception of maybe a vacation spot or something. But any area there where kids go to school, that's going to be the case. So that's a good thing. If it was really slow now, that would be concerning that the market's starting to flip. But I think we're still really solid. Mortgage rates still going up, kind of like we have been talking about, right? Been watching these. So little dip yesterday, but 7.5% still kind of what we're looking at.
Okay.
But if we look at the trading view data again, that this is the 10-year treasury. Keep an eye on this. We've been still in this uptrend, still going up. This is what we've been talking about with technical analysis. Kind of looks like we're heading up to about 4.8% on the treasury, which is another almost 0.25% from here. So 7.75 is kind of what we're probably looking like maybe in the near term. So we'll see. It could still, it's starting to flip a little bit, but we do have a green candle today. So it's going back up today, but we'll keep our eye on that. But still, till it breaks this uptrend, I mean, in the near term, you got to forecast that the rates are going higher. So
that's what we're anticipating.
So that's kind of what we're anticipating. Again, not financial advice. I'm very novice technical analysis, but we're not even looking at the news. We're not looking at fundamentals. We're just looking at what is the stock chart showing me on the 10-year treasury, and that's kind of what we're looking at. Still a definite uptrend. So again, we'll look at it again next week and see where we are, see if this trend can be broken.
Okay.
So,
we'll stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Real talk.
Or to be continued.
Yes, sir.
Jim, I will get this question. This is something we got in the feedback with that overview of what's going on with the 10-year treasury. One of the agents mentioned to me about counseling buyers. What do you think? What advice would you be telling a buyer right now that's out there shopping or maybe looking for a home with what you anticipate on the market? Is it start talking to a lender, start checking your price? What advice would you give right now?
I would. It depends on how much you need a home, but no, it's like you said, it's date the rate, marry the house. So you can always refinance if you find a good house. I would jump on it. If rates do drop, there's a good chance that prices could go up because a lot of buyers will kind of flood the market. If the rates start going up, the other side of that token, if the rates go down. If the rates go down, we may have a lot more inventory too, because a lot of people are waiting to sell their house because they're locked in at this 3% interest rate for 30 years. They don't want to sell their house and lose that interest. So a lot of questions, but no, at 7% historically still not bad, right?
No.
So I would, as long as you can afford it, talk to your lender. Look at your DTI, debt to income ratio, making sure it's something you can afford, and don't be scared off from the market just because of these rates.
It seems like we got two people playing double dutch, and the buyers are like, when do I jump, and the sellers are like, when do I sell, and everybody's kind of doing that little dance right now. So great. Well, little overview of the market. Again, we keep that segment prominent and doing what we have to do. But we'll move into another question that we get, and we have a little thing for. People love the top 10 list. So let's talk about schools. How about the top 10 schools in South Fairfield? High schools.
Before we even get to that, I did want to just kind of let the audience know, for those that have been to scifairrealestate.com, we actually have a pretty nice school section. So there's a service called Children at Risk that does a top schools. They rate all the schools in Texas.
Okay.
So what we did, we went out and we grabbed all their data and we just made it more usable to where you can actually search on schools based on the district. And we're pulling in Cy-Fair, Katy, Klein, Waller, Magnolia, and Tomball ISDs.
Okay.
So if you want to go, if you're looking in a particular district, you can look at the top schools in those districts. You can filter based on high school, middle school, or elementary school. And then you have grades. They give all these schools a grade. So A+, A minus. So you can filter on what grades. Not sure who. Hey, give me only the D- schools. I only want my kid to go to a D-. Please give me those.
Yeah,
but
I never thought of that. Yeah, the unhuggables are doing that.
Right. And then enrollment, you can look at schools. So say, you can look at all high schools here. And then you can say, hey, only show me, I want my kid to go with, there's not a lot of other students, and you can filter by the enrollment.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. And you can hover over the map here and see what the schools are. That's funny. Waller High School is one of the lower enrollment because that's going up quickly.
Yes, that's going to change.
Those that don't know, Bridgeland, all the new building in Bridgeland is going to Waller High School. So that is the enrollment there. It has to be going up quickly. Which is actually kind of cool, actually, here. And so let me get back to that. So one thing also, so I just updated this data to include 2023. It was last updated in 2022. So if we look at that, you can see Waller enrollment already went up by 500 kids, or 450. So 2022, we're at 2193, and then it's up to 2639. So it's going up quick already.
Yeah, that's 1 year.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so then you kind of see the grades. I would not be turned off by these grades. Waller, I think, is up and coming again. Bridgeland always kind of make sure everything's the best for all their citizens and people that live in the neighborhood. So college readiness is basically how ready are your high schoolers going to be for college or the next phase in life.
Okay.
Right? But yeah, so go here, cypherrealestate.com schools, and you can kind of see all the latest and greatest data in terms of schools for 2023.
It's very user-friendly.
Yeah. So with that being said, what we ended up doing here is we went and ranked all the schools based on the college readiness is what we ended up basing it on. So I went out and found all the high schools in Cy-Fair.
Okay.
Who are the top? What school has the best readiness? And there's some that had the same grade, and those that had the same grade, I just sorted by the overall state rank, and we got a top 10 list for the top 10 high schools in
I'm excited.
Cypress. Yes, or Cy-Fair ISD. So with that said, there's actually 12 high schools in Cypher ISD. So we're missing 2 on this list. One would be number 11. The lowest is Cy Springs off Fry. So I'm sure they're working to improve that. But that's what the 11th would be. So Cy Spring High School is not there, and they've been improving a lot of areas.
Yeah, the Panthers is their mascot.
Yeah, they're the Panthers. They actually made the playoffs in football this year. They're a good football team. So me being a football guy, I always know all the teams. I think of these teams in terms of football. So not necessarily always school is football. But number 10, Cy Lakes High School.
Okay,
so
the Spartans.
The southernmost point of Cy-Fair, the southernmost high school in Cy-Fair. Very good, Spartans.
Okay.
My sister is actually a teacher. She's a math teacher at Cy Lakes. Shout out to Laura Mulholland.
Shout out, Laura.
So she's been there for a long time. But yeah, so Cy Lakes High School is number 10.
Awesome.
So number 9, this Cy Park.
All right, the
Cy
Tigers.
Park. Also, 529, the Tigers. They opened up the same year as Bridgeland High School opened up. So
they did?
Same age, yep. It's a newer school, about 6-7 years old, I would guess. But yeah, so another good school. They had actually a good football team a couple years ago, put a couple really good players in colleges. So again, football, and both those schools are in the same district as Bridgeland High School.
Okay.
So Cy Ridge High School.
Right,
So it's
the Rams.
The first school, and I did not know that because this is the school we do not play at Bridgeland. With my kids at Bridgeland. So Cy Ridge is actually in a different district.
Okay.
With the district actually changed this next year, but a little bit, but this is still the same. So Cy Ridge, different district, but it's off of Eldridge down there, kind of in the middle of the border of Cy-Fair ISD. And after this, I'll show you the border of Cy-Fair ISD. It's huge.
Oh, God. It's a whole city.
Yeah. Speaking of a city, Jersey Village High School
Falcons
is in the city of Jersey Village. So it's its own incorporated little area right there off 290 and the Beltway. But so the city of Jersey Village has their own high school, Jersey Village High School.
Okay.
Also not in Bridgeland's football district. They are in the same district as Cy Ridge, Cy-Fair, Jersey Village, all in that same district.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Do we have an alum from Jersey Village? Do we have one of our agents, or is that another district? I'm thinking about a different.
Yeah, you're thinking it's coming. It's coming.
Right, it's coming.
Little
teaser,
preamble there. We have a couple agents that have gone to these schools,
and we want to shout them out.
Boom! Cy Creek High School. Our very own Kyle Simmons graduated from Cypress Creek High School.
The Cougars.
Yeah, they are the far eastern edge of the Cy-Fair school district. It's like a whole nother country over there. It's like the Cy-Fair district, for you the guys that don't know, it's huge. and Cy Creek, you don't even think it's part of it because it's so far over. To get from Cy Creek to Cy Lakes has to take an hour, I would guess. I'm probably not quite, but it's close. The traffic could take an hour.
Cousins.
I mean, both of those are complete opposite ends of the district. So, but yeah, Cy Creek is number 6.
Yeah, number 6.
So Cy Falls High School.
Okay.
So also off Highway 290 near Huffmeister.
The Eagles.
Golden Eagles. I think they're the Golden Eagles.
Oh, Golden Eagles.
Maybe it's just Eagles. I could be wrong. But yeah, so the Eagles, again, they're typically a pretty good school in terms of sports. They've actually played in the state championship before in football.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've sent a lot of good players, I know, off to the next level in football. But yeah, so that's Cy Falls.
Okay.
Langham Creek. They've been around a long time. Langham Creek, I want to say, is maybe the 3rd oldest high school after Jersey Village, and Cy-Fair. Yeah. Our very own Kenton Ellis, Langham Creek graduate. So, good school.
Lobos.
Yeah, the Lobos. So, my connection with Langham Creek has actually helped their head baseball coach. Okay. Coach Cedinho, Coach Armando Cedinho.
Shout out, Coach.
Coach, he's been their coach for 30 plus years.
Oh, wow.
So he's had a very good run. He's retiring after this season. I'm actually helping his son right now buy a house.
Oh, wow.
Ryan Cedinho. But he told me, his dad's retiring. So he's wondering what his dad's going to do with that.
Oh, I know.
Like, coaching for 30 plus years.
How do you stop coaching, He's
had an amazing career at Langham Creek. So congratulations on your great career, Coach, and best of luck in your next chapter. Nice. Cy-Fair High School, the original.
The OG.
Yeah, so Cy-Fair's been around, I want to say since the 20s or 30s. It's been around a long time, 100-year-old high school. Yeah. And you drive by it on 290, and it's like a quarter mile long.
It's like driving by a mall. It's like going over there. It's like, there's a mall.
It's only one story, right? Most schools are 2, 3, 4 story. Bridgeland's 4 stories. Cy-Fair is a 1-story school, so they got to fit it all in. So, if you have class on one end and then next period on the opposite end, good luck to getting between classes at that school. So it's crazy. But Cy-Fair High School, the Bobcats. Bobcat fight never dies. I think BFND or something. There's a Bobcat fight never dies. Anyway, go Bobcats. So again, also not in the Bridgeland district. It's in the district with Jersey Village, Cy Creek.
Yes.
Cy Woods High School.
Cy Woods, number 2.
Yeah, number 2. It's been around for probably 20 years. When I moved in Coles Crossing in 99, they're just kind of building it. I think that opened up a couple years after that. But, Cy Woods is the mascot.
Wildcats.
Go Wildcats. Yes. Always a very good school in terms of sports, and always gets good ratings. And obviously, number 2, most ready for college ready for the students. So they're doing something right over there. And number 1, boom, Cy Ranch High School.
Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs right there off of Fry Road and Cypress Northeast, and right between, it's in the master plan community of Cypress Creek Lakes.
Yes.
Right next to Bridgeland. Always been a good school. Bridgeland was zoned to Cy Ranch before they opened up Bridgeland High School.
Okay.
Always good things about Cy Ranch. Always a very top performer, very competitive, both in academics and athletics.
So originally the kids for Bridgeland, they went over to Cy
Ranch.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So, and then I just wanted to point out, so Bridgeland is not on this list, and that's where all my kids go. So I did want to point this out. Not ranked by Children at Risk, but there's another ranking at U.S. News and World Report, and they actually have Bridgeland as the number 1 school in the district in terms of college readiness.
Go Bears!
And there's that. So the Bridgeland Bears. So we got the Bridgeland college readiness score 38.9.
Okay.
Cy Woods here is number 2 actually, so it's a little different list. Cy Ranch number 3. So, and then Cy-Fair and Langham Creek, etc. So, a little different top 10 list on U.S. News and World Report than Children at Risk, but still all good information.
Yeah.
So, and then let me show you just real quick, Rodney, when I got a chance, and we're talking about the district. If you look at this border here, the green border, that's the border of Cy-Fair ISD.
Okay.
So
the whole school district.
Yeah, the school district. You can kind of see what that looks like. You do put the roads back in here, and there's the loop here. So Cy-Fair ISD is bigger than the loop. It's almost as big as the Beltway 8 loop around Houston. Huge. But so that's the kind of give you an idea. And again, what I was talking about earlier, Cy Lakes is down here. Cy Creek is over here. So it's just crazy. Bridgeland High School is over here. It's probably even farther away from Cy Creek.
Okay.
Then Jersey Village is down here. So good stuff. Yeah. All right. So and I gave a little preview of our neighborhood spotlight by showing that map.
yes, we did. If you guys saw that map, one of the feedbacks that we received is people really like the neighborhood spotlights.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity for you and I to kind of do a deep dive within the community, kind of bring some of that stuff forward, give you some pros and cons and stuff like that. So far we've discussed Bridgeland.
Yeah.
Okay, which was a master plan community. We've done Town Lake.
Master plan community.
And now we're in number 3.
The original master plan community in Cypress.
Yeah.
The first one.
One of the OGs.
OG master plan community.
Who do we have for our community spotlight?
It's Fairfield.
Also known as Fairfield.
But not anymore. Not anymore. But yeah, so again, it's purple. Here's Fairfield. Started in the 80s, like mid to late 80s is when they first started building in Fairfield. So again, here's Houston. Here's Trinity Bay, Galveston Bay, Gulf of Mexico. Again, give everyone their bearings. Mm-hmm. So Fairfield is way up here.
We're at the tippy top there.
Yeah, so it's at the very northwest corner of Cypress ISD. But yeah, my story about that and my claim for being Fairfield is when I first I started dating my wife, I was actually going to Texas A&M University. Mm-hmm. Again, give you bearings, College Station's up here. My wife was going to U of H, which is down here. She lived over in the Spring Branch area here. Point being, I would drive, this is in the mid-90s, I would drive 290 up to College Station, and you would go basically from the Beltway here. There was nothing. Nothing this whole way. And then you'd see houses in Fairfield. Like, who in the hell would live here? It makes no sense. It was in the middle of nowhere. A whole big master plan community. Wow, it made no sense.
Boy.
But yeah, man, things have changed in the past 20 years because now it's like the central hub of Cypress.
Yes.
Like everything you want to do is in Fairfield.
Yeah, all the cool kids hang out over there.
That's where everything is. You got the whole outlet mall here, and then shopping and restaurants and all kinds of stuff. So, but no, it's a great community. Great location right there off Highway 99 and 290, and it
is a very, very good location and everything. When you look at it and you think about it, Friendswood development, it's one of those fun ones. And I think we were reading between 1988 to 1990 maybe was their official start date for that community. So it's a mature community. We'll call it that.
But they developed for 30 years. I want to say they finished about 2020.
Okay.
So right around 2020, they're closing out. So there's still some newer houses there, but for the most part, I would say the average home was probably built in the 2000 time frame. Right there in the middle, early 2000s. But yeah, they still got their website up and run. Friendswood kept their website, so you can kind of go there and kind of get some pics. And for those that are listening, I'm just kind of showing our YouTube viewers and people watching at home just kind of what the website looks like and some of the pics of Fairfield. But no, it's a great community. 6 swimming pools, lots of lakes, lots of hiking and biking paths and trails.
Swimming is a big thing there as well too. I know they have a volleyball club, basketball club, and swim team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mentioned before, but my wife, when we were moving into Cypress, we didn't have kids. We were just getting married. Mm-hmm. But one of her big requirements was she wanted a community that had a swim team.
Okay.
Because she grew up with a swim team, and she wanted her kids to experience a swim team. So not all communities have a swim team. Mm-hmm. So that was a big thing. So Fairfield has one of the better swim teams. So Bridgeland has a swim team. Coles Crossing has a swim team. Stonegate, there are swim teams around.
Okay.
But yeah, that was one of her things, and it's a very important deal there in Fairfield. Their pool is actually the one at the community center is actually a heated pool. So if I go here, right next to Keith Elementary is their whole Fairfield Athletic Club, and there's the pool, and they got lots of tennis courts. You know, one thing they also have, you know what's big right now? Pickleball.
I have been
pickleball.
I've been seeing the reels and all the algorithm is feeding me. Have you ever played pickleball?
I have.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
Is it similar to tennis? Or?
A little bit. It's easier. Yeah.
Really?
I saw a quote, short somewhere that pickleball is for people that are too unathletic to play tennis and too poor to play golf.
Oh,
so it's their only choice. It's their only option. Pickleball. Which is very true. It's much easier than tennis, and it's much cheaper than golf. So, but yeah, this is the baseball field my son plays at. So I have a 15-year-old son. Yes. I coach baseball here, but every day we pass by these tennis courts to and from the car, and they split these courts into so there's a pickleball game going on both sides of the court because it's a smaller court.
Oh,
so
okay.
There could be 4 games going on in these 2 tennis courts of pickleball. So, and then they're over here. So anyway, pickleball is huge. So see lots of pickleball there. At Fairfield Athletic Club is a basketball court in there. It's a really nice gym and weight room in there. It's all included with your HOA fees if you're a resident of Fairfield.
Yes.
But the baseball, softball, it's kind of what they're known for. They're great fields, really well organized organization there for keeping the kids playing their little league baseball. So we've loved it. We've been there for 10 plus years between Ben and Sam. So it's been a really good time. They also have a basketball league. I've coached the basketball there for a long time. So a lot of their games are actually played right here next on the courts here next to us.
Oh, really? Oh, so that team comes and they...
the Fairfield League uses these courts more than they do the Fair, because Fairfield just has one court.
Okay.
So this gym over here next to us, I forget the name of it now, but it has 10 courts or something. So tons of basketball courts. But so that league goes over there. So. Okay.
But great things to do there. Some of our favorite restaurants are up there, and I guess you would call it the commercial side of it, where you have the restaurants, Lupe's Tortilla. You have the In-N-Out Burger. Our Cypress In-N-Out Burger is right there in the Fairfield area. So tons to do, and we don't want to over or blow by the Houston premium outlets. We have several stores there. It's the largest in Houston.
Right here.
So
you see all that parking. Yeah, definitely. Kind of you may want to stay away around Christmas unless you're really like fighting crowds, because it's stupid. It goes down the line goes down 290 just to get into the parking lot. So it's crazy.
Okay.
All right, pros and cons. Let's go through the pros and cons of living in Fairfield.
Yeah, my pros for it, of course, was the dining. Love the margaritas at Lupe's there, and we're gonna check out this new restaurant. Okay, don't forget about those guys, the Red Chickz. But shopping, I love the location right off of 290 are great pros for me. What about you?
Yeah, same. Schools are a good pro. 3 elementary schools inside Fairfield. You also have Salyers Middle School, which is one of the top middle schools. Very nice, big middle school, one of the newer schools there.
Okay.
Schools are good, but the amenities, the pools, the athletic club, all the leagues are great. Big plus. Pricing. We didn't even discuss pricing. But if you're looking for a master plan community in the Cypress area, and you want a little more home for your money, Fairfield is kind of like one of the best bets, because the dollar per square foot, you're about 150 a square foot, versus a lot of the newer neighborhoods, you're going to be closer to 200 a square foot.
Okay.
So, so if you look at pricing, let's just go last year. This is all Fairfield home sold, 155 a square foot.
Oh, nice.
So, so a little more home for your money, but you still get all the amenities and all the everything else at great schools. Goes at Bridgeland High School. Yeah. And everything else. So.
And this chart can be found on our website, scifairrealestate.com. You can go under the communities and look for Fairfield.
Click on Fairfield. Yes, that's it. So.
Okay. Any cons, Jim?
Well, you know what? I mentioned Bridgeland High School. That's a little bit of a con, not because Bridgeland's bad, right? Bridgeland's a great school, right? Number one in U.S. News and World Report, but it's a little far. So either you take like a 20 to 25 minutes to get there, or you go down the Grand Parkway and pay a toll. Okay. So those are kind of the drawbacks. But no, just you have to maybe a little more maintenance on a house if you've been working on a house. Home. Yeah. So older homes, a lot of them, so you may have to do a little maintenance. Make sure you get good inspections if you're moving in there. So, but no, I mean, otherwise, great neighborhood, great location now. He used to say is really far out. Not the case anymore. Tax rates are a little lower because it's an established neighborhood. So,
I will say this, Jim. It used to be far out, but now it's far out.
There you go. There you go. Nice.
But we love it. Great area. I think it was a good pick. Definitely found a good local realtor that knows this types of stuff, things like this, and that's what we got. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. But definitely give us a call if you have any questions on Fairfield or any of the great neighborhoods here in the Cypress area. So that would be it. But I think that's it, Rodney. I think that's all we got for the slate for episode 4, right?
Yeah, I think we just did episode 4 of Sci-Fair Real Talk.
All right. Thank you guys for joining, Rodney. Boom. All right. Sci-Fair Real Talk. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.
All right.
Real Talk.